day one of the Diddy trial, and already people are saying he must be guilty because of this. Now, I don't encourage nobody to get these type of charges, but we have to say one thing. You are not guilty until you go to court. You need to get charged with something, and then you have to go through the court proceedings, and then that is the way we can determine your level of being guilty. Now, there's public opinion, and then there's actual facts that's going to come up in the case. Before we could get into what you feel or what you don't feel, let's get into why he's even in this position in the first place. Before we get into this info, make sure you press the like button and drop your location and let me know your view in the comments. Don't be sitting your bougie ass here.
Federal prosecutors allege he abused, threatened, and coerced women into prolonged drug-fueled sexual orgies he called freak-offs, and then threatened them into silence. Diddy has denied the charges, but he's facing what could amount to a life sentence if convicted.
So Diddy got the best lawyers that money can buy. We already know this. But the prosecution has an all-female team. And with an all-female team in this type of situation, it's going to be kind of hard to persuade that jury with all these females on the prosecution.
Theatrics from Diddy's side and what he would
I wouldn't call it theatrics.
Not theatrics.
I'd call it strategy. It's really legal strategy.
It's strategy. But appearances make a difference.
They do.
In court. And obviously, the feds are aware of this as well because we now know who all the prosecutors will be on Diddy's trial. They're all women. They have assembled a team of female prosecutors, and that is definitely not by accident.
Now, the way that this goes is that both of them have to have a side. They both have to have an angle that's going to prove beyond a reasonable doubt whichever way to kind of get either out of the situation or keep him in there for a long time. The side that's the all females, which is the prosecution side, their main thing is to prove that everything was not consensual. It was all, coerced. It was something that was, they was manipulating the situation.
Day one, they have maintained Sean Diddy Combs' innocence. They have flat out said he has done nothing wrong. Just days ago, he rejected a plea deal. He has pleaded not guilty to all of the charges against him. And they have said that all of these sexual encounters that we've heard about and that we'll, of course, hear more details about, that those were all consensual. They argue that the accusers in this case, they want to pay out.
Now, the prosecution angle was a lot different. Obviously, all these females that they got on the prosecution, their thing is to prove that none of this was consensual. The only problem is that you're really going to have to dive in deep because you're not going to know what nobody felt when it was going down. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if females are starting to feel like, oh, I got to get a lawsuit too. And you don't know if we're overlooking somebody that potentially is a victim. So I think that looking at the other side, I'll give you a vision of how they both looking at things.
Prosecution, Rena, how are they trying to prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt?
So we know that several victims in this case are going to take the stand. Several of them have been unidentified in the indictment, and we know that singer and ex-girlfriend of Sean Diddy Combs, Cassie Ventura, is going to be a star witness for the prosecution. And also part of that part of the case is, of course, that 2016 video that was obtained by CNN. It shows Sean Diddy Combs beating and dragging Ventura through a Los Angeles hotel hallway. That, of course, made the rounds on social media. A lot of people had opinions about it. The jury will now get a chance to view that video.
Cassie, which I don't think is right. We all know we've seen the video with him running down the hallway looking crazy, right? We all seen that video. But I think that if you paid $30 million, I feel like if you don't take the payout, then it shows that you felt like you were wronged. But by taking the payout, it's like you X out ever bringing it back up. You put a price on it. So if she would have said, no, found him guilty, I don't want no money, then I would believe her. But it's kind of like you got $30 million out the situation, and then you're going to become the star witness in this trial. The question is he guilty of everything that we didn't see? I think we have a picture of what we saw, and I think that if we put a camera up for different situations that we saw in y'all life, we probably see some things that you wouldn't want to see. But, to take 30, forget money for a second. It's like, what did you do it for? I want to ask everybody, should you pay your ex? Because that's what the standard is. Should you pay your ex for anything? If you had a situation with your ex and it say it wasn't the best or wasn't conducive, should you have to pay? And then if you pay, should you then go to jail or should you do both? I just think it's extreme. I think it has to be one or the other. You can't want justice and put it in form of money. And then you want justice. You can want justice and get justice, but you can't want justice and get it in the form of money and then double back and then still try to, bring a person down. Now, my views on this whole Diddy situation is very easy. The trial is going to start. It's hard for me to determine everything without noticing all the pieces. We don't even know all of the celebrities that's involved in these videos. All we know is a bunch of people that's been talking about what they think is about, and then everybody clowning about baby oil. But in reality, this man is going to be on trial for things that could probably leave him in there for life. If you enjoyed the vibe here, man, this was one of my shorter videos. Make sure you subscribe and hit that top bell. It's very important. And definitely leave your view on this video. And I will see you guys in the next one. I'm out of here.